Welcome to Recipes Tested. My name's Brianna Robinson, and today we are going to be testing out the best chocolate chip cookies that I have found on the internet. So let's get started. So first we are going to measure out our dry ingredients, but on the recipe website there are cups and other measurements. I just wanted to measure them out because I have a food scale and I can do that. So once I got my flour all measured out, I added in my baking powder, baking soda, and the salt, and got that all combined. And I don't know, this is just pretty much the easiest step, just mixing it all up, right? First step. And then next we got on the wet ingredients. So I got a half a cup unsweetened butter and melted that. And while that was melting, I went ahead and combined my brown sugar and my regular granulated sugar. And my sugar was kind of clumpy. It's not really that important though, but I just tried to get the clumps out. That's just what I did. I went and used my hands and just basically while the butter was melting, I kept myself busy. But since it was melted and cooled, very important, I added it to the sugars. And this is the most crucial part of the recipe. Messing this up will make your cookies go from really amazing to just kind of average, but they'll still be good. You need to combine the sugars with the melted butter. And she says to make it turn into a paste in the recipe instructions, and I didn't really fully understand what they meant. She just said to keep mixing for 1 to 2 minutes until it was in a paste-like consistency. So basically what I kind of figured out what that meant after making this a few times is you got to make it so that the butter and the sugars are really emulsified together. So once it gets to where you can't see any melted butter when you're done mixing it, I would say that's when you're good to go and go ahead and stop whisking. And then once that was all done, I went ahead and added my vanilla extract, and I had a little helper with the egg, and then went ahead and mixed that all together. And then I went and added in my dry ingredients and just kind of gently combined that. It is a very thick cookie recipe, but that's okay. It's really good. And once that was almost mixed together, I went ahead and added my chocolate chips. She says to use Ghirardelli, but I use Nestle Toulousa. Here's a reference if you don't know what I'm talking about and why I said that funny.
Nestle Toulouse.
What was her name?
Nestle Toulouse.
Nestle Toll House?
So anyway, I went ahead and added in the chocolate chips and just folded those together. I tried to make sure that it was as evenly distributed as possible. And then I got a big old cookie scoop. This is another key thing to this recipe. Your cookies are going to be massively huge, fitting maybe 5 to 6 on your biggest cookie sheet that you've got. This does not need to be refrigerated, but I did go ahead and stick mine in the fridge while it was baking, and this is what it looks like when it's done in the oven. It will look kind of like raw in the middle, but that's what you want. You want the edges golden brown and in the middle to look slightly underdone. That will finish cooking as it's cooling, and these will be the most delicious chocolate chips that you have ever had in your life. I swear, I'm not even a chocolate person, and these are phenomenal. You can sprinkle these with a little bit of salt if you would like. My husband really likes that, so we went ahead and did that. It's not necessary though, it will still be delicious without the salt. It just adds a sweet and salty little note, you know? You can also add more chips to the ones that are a little bit more bare. Make them prettier. And that's it. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave the recipe instructions and the link down in the description below. So don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!